that entry. Hello, gamers, and welcome to another week of This Week in Eorzea. I am joined by the talented and wonderful and amazing Pyra. Thank you so much for being with me here again this week.
I'm glad to be here as usual, Debbie. And I never get to say and introduce you. You're fantastic and wonderful as well. So,
thanks.
There you have it.
I thank you very much. Thank you. We've got a little bit of news coming up. Of course, the big news is the patch coming down later. News coming down later tonight. So this is patch 7.05. 7.05. It doesn't have any MSQ, but it does have a couple of things you and I have both been looking forward to. So for me, it's the maps. So the new map dungeon is coming out, which means the level 100 full party maps will have the possibility to open a portal into a new treasure dungeon, and all of the wealth and amusement that garners. Line. Oh man. Okay, and you are looking forward to
the opposite of wealth, going broke over preparing for Arcadian Savage.
Yay!
So Arcadian Savage comes tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be stepping foot into Savage tomorrow, but it will be on my high priority list this week. It'll be nice to get some fresh blood for the first time in a while.
Absolutely. So there's a bunch of stuff going on with that, different people doing different things. We'll get into that in just 1 second here. This patch is coming down. I know in PST terms, it's like 11 o'clock-ish tonight. So I guess that's early tomorrow morning on the East Coast. Yeah,
it'll be 2 a.m. here, East Coast time. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
okay.
It's only a 4-hour patch, or maintenance period, luckily. So we won't have servers down for too long, but for 4 hours, it'll be locked down while they fill us with good map stuff and good Savage stuff.
Absolutely. And we don't have any patch notes for that yet, but as soon as the servers go down, that's usually when they get posted, especially if they have any changes coming to classes or the way battle works. They want to make sure that everyone is out of game and locked before they tell you what those changes are. I don't know, maybe they're afraid of strikes or what have you, but they want to make sure no one is in the game when we find out what happens. So we can look forward to those patch notes later. World Race. So this is a thing people have been doing, I guess. Cool people for a while now, hey?
It's getting insane. The in-depth amount that this World Race has gotten. For those who don't know, Mog Talk, hosted by Frosty TV, it started out, I think, a lot smaller, and it's gotten bigger and bigger every year, or every time there's a new Savage or new Ultimate. It looks like they do this World Race for charity, so it's directly linked to having prizes and charity. This year, it's also presented or sponsored by Mountain Dew, which is really cool, especially coming off the Mountain Dew Gaming crossover collaboration we got this year. And yeah, it's kind of like Final Fantasy XIV's community, our community version of, like, I don't play sports or watch sports, but, like, I guess Super Bowl, maybe? I don't know if that's the right event. I'm not sports ball. I don't do
sports that. Ball. I was gonna say sports ball.
Sports ball things, but it's becoming, like, even for people who don't raid, I've seen, like, non-raiders be like, I'm all for it, because it's just that, like, that similar-esque, like, event and kind of big hype around watching other people try to race the world first.
Okay, so there's going to be a lot of places you can view this. Obviously, streamers are probably going to be streaming their own races, but where can you catch the most action? Like, what should you be watching?
I would say Mog Talk. So Mog Talk, that is the World Race for Charity event. They just released a bunch of hosts that are going to be on, so they're going to have dozens, I think, like literally dozens of hosts and commentators, some popular content creators that you might know and already watch and love. And they're raising money for Extra Life for Kids. So you helping them out even by just a watch is going to help raise some money for charity, which is a great place to start.
Awesome. Okay. I was thinking of checking it out this year. I mean, this looks like a really fun raid to start watching if you haven't watched it before. So we'll see what happens. I mean, ultimately, it's going to be people dying over and over and over again until they make progress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll be that. I'm excited with the amount that they've expanded on their hosts and commentators because it makes it feel less, you know, like as a raider and as a Twitch streamer and someone who watches streamers too, sometimes, you know, someone dying, it's just like, okay, it gets a little stale in some parts. But between the Arcadian fights being as exciting as they are, and then also having a really good line of hosts and commentators, I'm excited that they're making a spectacle of this and not just, you know, restreaming somebody else's stream.
Right. No, fantastic. What else? Final Fantasy XIV is making an appearance at Gamescom in Germany, in Cologne. That's August 21st to 25th. So, what can people do if they fly out to Germany and participate in this?
So I am going to kind of equate this to the PAX East version. I go to PAX East every year. I'm a very religious PAX East attendee. And every year they usually have a booth with photo ops. They have a booth with, the biggest thing is like a battle challenge of sorts. It's usually the same as the normal version in game. For PAX East, we had a Sura battle challenge. And as soon as you finish the fight, you get a nice t-shirt with the print that says I beat Asura. This year for Gamescom, they're getting the Valigarmanda version of that. So you can go through, stand in line, play through that fight, and if you beat Valigarmanda in the allotted time, you get a nice free I beat Valigarmanda shirt.
Awesome. Yeah, and it looks like they have an opportunity here to maybe play with Yoshi P on stage. They have some limited slots for people to go through some battle content with him. So
I just got a passport. I just need money for a flight.
Right. Get to the point in your life where you could just be like, book me on the next flight to Germany. I'll be there.
I will meet him one day, I swear.
If you are interested in checking that out, but you can't afford plane tickets to Germany, they are streaming it live on the official Final Fantasy XIV Twitch stream as well. So you can check it out from afar. What else? Debit card transactions are fixed. What? Fixed? Is that a typo? Is that a typo?
Literally has been months, multiple lodestone updates, multiple readdressing, addressing, trying to fix, not fix. It's finally done. We finally have debit card transactions available again for North America.
Oh.
Visa, debit.
Okay. So do people who have Visa debit have to do anything on their end, or is it just like fixed?
Knock on wood, cross fingers, it should just be fixed. So we will see. I haven't heard of anybody saying that it isn't working yet, so hopefully no news is good news.
Awesome. Okay, and coming up on Wednesday, they have another episode of Duty Commenced. So this is where part of the dev team kind of pops into game and just plays with you guys, sees everyone in the world, gives out some prizes. They have a Moogle wind chime. Like, I think it's a real item that they're giving out this time around. They will be on Dynamis, on Raffidalcilia, the plant thing server. That plant thing server from Bahamut. That's where they'll be.
It was a good attempt.
So
Good attempt.
there you go. Check it out. And whenever I catch one of these in game, and I have a couple of times, there is just people everywhere, like just loads of people. So check it out. It'll be fun. If you log in on Wednesday, just remember this much at least. If you log in on Wednesday and you try to go into a major city and it says you can't because it's congested, this is probably what's going on. Probably.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It says they will head to challenge Valigarmanda Extreme, and they'll be doing some Arcadian. So
Very nice.
yeah.
Very appropriate with, Dawn Trail underway and Arcadian Savage just
Absolutely.
coming out.
Important dates, maintenance tonight. Yeah, we already did that.
Another thing too, and this is pure speculation. So back when Dawn Trail first came out, they did say that they expected World Data Center cross travel to come back by 7.05. They said it wasn't 100%, but that was their goal. So we could possibly see that before the end of tomorrow. We might get that in tonight's patch where we can now cross back over to different data centers. I know when you mentioned the Dynamis Duty Commence event happening, I'm like, oh, there might be actually more people coming in than planned too, because now we're going to have probably data center travel again.
Okay, fingers crossed. I mean, we haven't heard anything on that front, but just in case, I would say as a veteran player, if you're logging out tonight before this patch, just like any patch or maintenance, please make sure you're on your home world to prevent any issues logging back into game. So just be cognizant of that. If they do end up playing with the world servers, it might be an issue.
Yeah, and on that note too, piggybacking, data center travel ends a half an hour before maintenance. So if you need to return back to your home world, if it's 11 p.m. Pacific time, do it by 10:30 or you will not be able to.
And I mean, there's no way you can miss this if you've got your chat open, because they flood your chat with purple text, 20 minutes before all this stuff starts happening. And then they go down to every 5 minutes, and then they go to every minute. You will have warnings. So make sure you're paying attention to that purple text.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hot topic. Hot pockets. Hot topic is of course the Savage race. Now, we started talking about it already. I scoured social media, and this is what everyone is talking about. So it does feel like a sporting event. Do we place bets, or does everyone have a favorite team? Do you have a favorite team? Is there someone we should be cheering for?
I don't personally have a favorite team. However, there are content creators that I watch regularly that I'm ready to watch them go into it. There are also a lot of returning racers, the one that always wins, it seems like Neverland, that they're one of the, usually the first, if not one of the closest to. So it's just kind of exciting to see how they make their way through. I don't know, this will be your first time watching, correct?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see some old names and new names of different streamers. I know I talk a lot with Bryn Paragani. He's going in with his group, and so it'll be exciting to see some kind of returning faces, people that I've known and talked to, people that I haven't met before.
Awesome. Yeah, no, Rin is fantastic. And I think what I'm looking forward to the most is seeing how people problem solve. We've had 10 years now of Final Fantasy XIV coming out with different Savage and Ultimate content. So the people who will be racing are very good at figuring out mechanics. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of if they hit anything that stumps them this time around, because we have been seeing the new style battle content in MSQ and regular stuff. Even the extreme trials, I've started to do the first extreme, have mechanics that are a little bit different than we've seen before. So it will be interesting to see if anything stumps them.
Absolutely. I'm very excited for Arcadian and for watching the World Race too, because it feels a lot more invigorated than Pandemonium did. Like I got very bored in a lot of Pandemonium fights, even when things were challenging. I was still kind of it lost my interest a lot. Where Arcadian, there's just like this, like we were talking about last week. There's something about it that has a really good breath of fresh air between the music, the visuals, the theme, the mechanics, and so if normal feels this good, I'm excited that Savage is going to feel like even more intense and like challenging, but in a good way. So I'm excited to see how groups go through, and as a raider myself, I'm excited to kind of like take my own notes on the side of what did they learn from their mistakes before I make my own mistakes. So it's
well, that's it. Yeah, like what they can figure out in 20 minutes, you can just write down and save yourself the time. Because that's totally how it works. Because once you know how it's done, you can do it flawlessly every single time.
Of course.
Of course.
I never wipe on fights that I've cleared like 80 times. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. That is kind of the big topic for today. So expect a lot of posting about that. This is also a good place to get a lot of clips. People are going to be clipping their favorite streamers, bloopers, especially like 12 hours in when they're hitting that energy juice hard. You know, it's going to be a day. Hello, chat.
It's going to be fun. Even I'm looking through slightly on the Twitter. They have a lot of rewards for donating. So I don't know what their criteria is, but certain donations enter you into these raffles. And there are even some of the Mountain Dew crossover, like microphones, headsets, special Arcadian PS5 controllers, like decked out keyboards, like you name it. So there's a lot of hype even outside of just the people in the fights. Like there's a lot of this build up. There are going to be DJs hosting intermissions, and like there's just so much going into this. It's literally a gigantic production. So I'm excited to see all of that form. Oh, I think you're muted, Debbie. Oh no, I can't hear you. See, this is how you know it's live, folks. Prince, you're going to be there in the hour to get slaughtered in Arcadian Savage. Fantastic. Fantastic. I don't know either. I can hear the music. I can't hear you. Huh. If anybody in chat can... Oh, there you are! Whoa!
It just switched what it was using as my microphone.
Oh.
So...
Thanks, program.
I don't know. I don't know.
See, this is when you know we're live.
Thank you, Prince. There we go. We've got you got this, Debbie. I believe in us. Yay!
Hey.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh man. Okay, thank you, everyone. Okay. Back to that was good stalling, by the way. You know, you had two choices. You could kind of make things up on the fly and keep the show rolling.
You just see me just be like, all right, I'll be back.
Sneak away. Okay. That's fantastic. We're real gamers now, in collaboration with Mountain Dew.
Listen, they got me hooked on that promotion, so I think it's the subliminal marketing or whatever, but I'm just like, yeah, Mountain Dew's got the world race too. I've Mountain Dew stan, you know.
Oh my god. Okay, so on this hot topic is also what we're not talking about. So this is the segment every week where something's been talked to death and we just don't want to give it any more airtime, but we need to say a final word on it. What we're not talking about this week is all the controversy from the past world races. So this is situations where maybe people have been using third-party software, or people have been using other means to be able to give them an advantage in the world race. And it seems to happen every time we get really excited about the game, that there's always a dark side. So, do you have any thoughts on this?
I get so sick of hearing and seeing when these cheats get leaked and happen, especially for like in Savage in general, but especially when it comes to the world first race, because I'm always gonna sit on my soapbox of like, don't ruin it for the rest of us. Like, don't ruin how rating is for those of us who don't cheat, because rating's such a fun experience, and I don't want them to cut things back or make things more insanely difficult, or just touch the formula that has worked because of some bad eggs. So get out of here with your shenanigans, and you shouldn't cheat. If you're gonna cheat, don't brag about it. Like, don't talk about it. It shouldn't happen regardless, but like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? That's kind of my thought exactly, especially something that is so heavily shared and televised as a world race. Like, someone streaming somewhere is going to be showing off your HUD either in a clip or on your stream or on a streamer's stream, or there's gonna be something that's gonna give it away. Like, just enjoy the competition. Like, I understand people really want to win, but that's not how you win in Final Fantasy XIV. And they have not been above in the past taking accolades away for people who have been winning by means that others don't possess. So just use your head.
And people have been banned for way less. And that is like my thought too, is the amount of years and hours I've put into everything in my character. I would never, like, I wouldn't cheat no matter the stakes, but it's like, why risk years and hours and months and whatever of effort for like barely an advantage? Like, there's no reason for it. Nope.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it. That is all we're saying on that. Just let's have a good, clean, fun race where everyone just plays by the rules, and it's really awesome for the community and for everyone involved. So that's what we're hoping for. Fingers crossed.
Absolutely.
and we'll put this to bed. Okay. On to something I've really wanted to talk about. Our tip of the week is going to be a map tip, because I want to talk about maps. Listen, maps dropping tomorrow is huge. The portals are huge. Every piece of crafting material coming out of there is going to be pretty high value and in demand. This is going to be a fantastic way to make money, but if you don't have a full party together, if you don't want to participate in the portals, you can still earn tons of cash, because these maps are going to go way up in value because they're a limited supply. So you can only harvest them once every like 17 hours in game. One map every 17 hours, and they're from level 100 gathering nodes. So, and you get it from your Wondrous Tales turn-in. You have the opportunity to pick one up. But in addition to that, just one per 17 hours. And you can sell them for pretty big money, because there's going to be a demand for them. Let me tell you, I will be in demand for them.
I am the market.
So absolutely, if you have a gatherer who can gather at level 100 nodes, it's not a guaranteed drop every time, but you can use your abilities to make invisible nodes visible, or you can just keep gathering until one pops up, and worth it. Absolutely worth it.
Absolutely. This is a good comment too about oh, I can't move it. Where's it going?
I can.
Okay. Mailbox. I don't know if you've done this before, kind of tip to the tip, but you can send it to a friend or give it to a friend and have the mailbox send it to you, so that you always have extra space outside of your inventory and retainers, because you can only have one map per space, right? You can have one opened, one in your inventory, and one in your saddlebag, and then one per retainer. So the mailbox is a good tip to kind of hoard some extra away.
Absolutely. And if you get the opportunity, like, find them on the cheap, because obviously for the next couple of weeks they're not going to go down in value.
No, probably not for a while. Especially, we don't even know the new craftable items that'll probably come out. I'm assuming it'll be glam. I'm assuming there will be probably some sort of mount, housing items. So we'll probably get a lot of new things coming up. So I'm sure.
And there's always whatever the new minion is going to be for the silver spot. And those at the end of last expansion were over 11 million. So, I mean, there is going to be huge value in whatever this is. So,
absolutely.
That's my tip of the week. Community check-in. We asked to see your Arcadian glams. There was a submission. There was a submission, and we put some examples on our Discord. You know what? I'm not going to show you them. I'm going to challenge people to check out our Discord. Link will be in the description below. Post your glams, especially this week with everyone Arcadian everything. Like, deck out your character. Let us see what your ideas are. Or if you have a favorite streamer's glam, try to sneak a picture of it or something. Let's see it, and we'll go over some of the best ones next week.
Absolutely.
What do you think? Sound fair?
I think that sounds fair. And everybody, if it's not enticing enough to get into our Discord, our This Week in Eorzea Discord, Yoshi P. There is a chance that you'll see a Yoshi P glam. But you have to please look forward to it and join the Discord to look at it.
There you go. There you go. Okay. What else do we need to talk about? Important dates? Well, tonight is an important date. Tomorrow is an important date. Wednesday is the important date. The duty commenced. That's kind of all the important dates we need, right?
That's kind of it for now, really. The most soonest one is tonight. Just remember, servers are going down. Arcadian or patch 7.05 tomorrow. New recipes, new Arcadian, new map dungeons, and then Wednesday community duty commenced. That's what I mean. Not community commenced. Duty commenced.
Duty commenced. I do have a surprise for even you, because I just remembered now I didn't tell you. But August 5th, our episode of This Week in Eorzea, I do have Moody Moomba confirmed to be our guest. We are going to talk about the MSQ. So that is going to be our all spoilers broadcast of everything Dawn Trail, our thoughts, opinions, what we make of the story, what we could have changed. It's going to be a really fun discussion, so look forward to that. Moody kind of has a different opinion on some of it than you and I do, so I think it'll be a very interesting discussion.
I think that's really good. Yeah. I love, like, not just challenging opinions, but kind of opposite sides of the spectrum as far as opinions go. And not that it'll be a debate by any means, but just hearing somebody else's perspective. And, like, we're all approaching the story from a different mindset and from different experiences. So that's very exciting.
Absolutely. So that was August 5th. I am looking forward to it. I think I've been craving now sitting down and having a good debrief of the story. I think it's been enough time now that it's kind of like, okay, let's actually talk about this.
We're getting to that point too. It's been over a month since Dawn Trails, if you consider early access, which I feel like anybody watching this podcast probably took part in early access in one way or another, but I can't believe it's been over a month since Dawn Trail came out.
Yeah. No. So definitely looking forward to that. You just yeah. Is that the episode? Is that the episode? I think everyone just needs to go to bed early and get a good sleep so they can be up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to Savage.
Yeah, I truthfully think that might be it. It's kind of like you said, anything and everything leading up in the past week of social media and Reddit. It's all just Arcadian World First Race. And then, of course, some of us on the outskirts like, maps too, friends, maps. We gotta do maps. So, yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. My stream tomorrow morning is definitely going to be a map stream. So, yeah, if you want to join me on Halicarnassus for maps, that's what I'll be doing.
I might be taking you up on that. I'm not waking up super. Well, I'm 3 hours ahead of you anyway.
There you go. There you go. My stream doesn't start till 9, so.
Oh, beautiful. I was gonna say, because it helps with the fact that I'm not a morning person.
But I think there are a couple of raiders who are getting up super early, so.
Yeah, I know my husband's probably one of them. I know a lot of friends who have multiple characters even, so that they can go ahead of their group or kind of prog personally as hard as they can. I'm probably stepping foot into Savage tomorrow. However, my static doesn't start until Wednesday. We are Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. So I'm probably not going to go too deep into it tomorrow. Probably do more of just enjoying the World First Race and just kind of vibing a little bit and hitting the ground running by Wednesday.
Awesome. Okay, is there anything else you're up to this week, or is that kind of your schedule?
That's mostly my schedule. If you want to follow my Twitch and YouTube, I will be live with my groups. My group is chaotic, as I am. So if you want to see clowns try Savage in Arcadian, come hang out. That's mostly it for me. I just released a Savage for Beginners guide. If any new players want to attempt Savage but might be scared about their first steps into it, I have a very beginner's guide to Savage. So that is all I got.
What is the number one tip for people who want to get involved?
There's a lot of little ones. I think the overarching kind of soft skill is kind of like figure out what your tempo is. I see a lot of people that are having a hardcore mindset, but then go into a casual static, and then they get disappointed and upset because of the progress and vice versa. So kind of cultivating the raid experience that you want and not, finding your expectations, finding your boundaries, and finding what type of group suits you within that.
Awesome. Okay, and for anyone interested in checking out my stream, I will be streaming maps, and a stream on Saturday. So we just formed a static with my community, and we are starting extreme number 1. We did our first session this past Saturday, and our next one is next Saturday, hoping to get the clear. We were so close. We hit Enrage after 2 hours on the first one, so now it's just putting it all together and getting it. So
you got this.
We got this. We got this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me, chatting with me. It's a little short week, but I think we're all just really excited about tomorrow, and we need to get into game and get everything set, get the glams set, get the retainers set, get the map set.
Inventory space.
Right? Inventory space is going to be huge. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you for joining me, Pyra.
Yes, as usual. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, chat, for joining us. It's so wonderful to see all the voices there. And we will be back same time, same channel next week for some more news and what's going on in Final Fantasy XIV.
Absolutely. Thanks, friends.
Bye.
Bye.